my goodness. Special shout out to Raina, who saw my message on Instagram and she offered to pick me up. Guys, she drove an hour to come and get me in between her nail appointment. Can't believe it. I'm here in Monterey. I'm about to eat my food. Let's go. All right, guys. Day 29 update. Shout out to Stacy from Instagram. She said that her husband had walked from New York to California and hitchhiked in Europe. Crazy. But she messaged me and was like, hey, I know where you're at. Let me come get you. You could come stay with me and my husband. We're gonna make some dinner. You can sleep on the couch, take a shower, wash your clothes. She lives 6 miles south of here. So it's gonna put me back 6 miles when I start tomorrow. And that's gonna take off some of the distance that I gained from getting the ride up here. But she's over here right now. We about to go get some refuge and get a good break. Let's get it. All right, guys. It's day 30 and we got picked up yesterday at the Fever Park. Shout out to Raina. Special shout out to Raina. I haven't updated you guys in a minute. Yesterday was like the come down off of a 30-mile day before. I did more than 30 miles, guys. I did probably like almost 45 miles in less than 24 hours. It was like a merger. Like started at like 11 2 days ago, hiked until like freaking 7 p.m, fell asleep, woke up at midnight, and then hiked all the way until like 2 or 3 o'clock. It was crazy. And so yeah, I took a rest day yesterday. I woke up at the camp. Oh, excuse me. I woke up at the camp and yeah, I was just out of it, dude. I was so tired, so dead. I was like, man, I can't walk, do much. And I went live, and then one of my supporters from IG, Raina, pulled up on me, picked me up, gave me a ride. And yeah, then I got to Monterey, and then that's where Stacy, Kelly, and Cooper came to my rescue, and they helped me out and they picked me up, and that's where I'm at right now. And I slept over and had an amazing dinner with some Big Sur beef that they got from Big Sur where I was just at. And yeah, they made an amazing dinner. So I just cleaned up the dishes and tried to clean up a little bit right now before they wake up. They're probably gonna get up any minute. We're gonna get some coffee. Let's go.
So they don't have to hide.
Mm-hmm.
They just crawl around. Nothing touches them. Everything hates them. The birds won't eat them. They really don't even touch it with your hand. They're real sticky, and then when you get it on your hands, it's really hard to even wash off.
I've never seen one up close.
It's a banana one, right? You call banana?
Wow.
Uh-huh.
He's just chilling.
That's the,
All right, guys. It's a beautiful day. Special shout out to Kelly, Stacy, and Cooper. Put me up for the night, took me to a great breakfast, taught me so much about this area. And Kelly is actually born and raised here since he was like 1 year old. Showed me his house he grew up in as a kid, built by redwoods, and some trees that like his grandma planted, and just a great rich history here. And this is something I wanted to point out, is that when the designers made Carmel by the Sea, which is the small 1 mile square section that I'm in right now, they decided to not cut down the trees that were in the way of the road, just build the road around it. So that's a pretty cool element. And yeah, there's tons of redwoods, and it's right by the sea, and there's a rich history here that I was getting a lot of history lessons on. It's pretty awesome, and got me inspired, wanting to walk around, check it out, show you guys a couple of these things. And that's what we're gonna do. It's day 30, walking from Mexico to San Francisco. And boy, the last 72 hours were crazy, but I got a nice break within the last 16 hours. So that's kind of where we're at. Actually, it's been like 24 hours since I got a nice break. Yesterday was a complete 0 day where I didn't do anything. I didn't walk, and I just absolutely chilled for the most part, and got some good rest. Woke up early, got a good breakfast, and ready to hit the road. Forgot where I was going with this, but stay tuned. Just cruising through. Had to rock the gator. My nose has been getting hit, so now we're just chilling, covering up. But yeah, some of the architect out here, guys, is just something you'd have to see for yourself. The stonework done. There's a lot of unique builds. Some are classic, some are old, some are more modern, but there's also a stone that's like native to this area that they use to build a lot of these houses and buildings in the downtown area. We're actually going backwards right now to do a loop so we can hit everything and check it out. Pretty excited to show you. They're doing some yard work over there, cutting down some trees. Well, we're on the Mission Trail. Let's get it. All right, guys, we made it to the Carmel Mission. And there's a lot of history at this location. But yeah, as you can see, it's all original. The building, the stones. Gorgeous property. Wow, look at that. Beautiful little courtyard. Carmel Mission. All right, I gotta show you guys Carmel by the Sea. It's over 100 years old. Did you know that Clint Eastwood was once the mayor of Carmel by the Sea? True story. It's just a chill day. And then you zoom in, and they got sheeps out here. All right, guys, we made it to the Caramel River State Beach, 500 feet ahead. And I believe that this is all owned by Clint Eastwood as well, that he purchased this area after he had his big break in Hollywood. And it was his mission to make sure that he gave it back to the state so that it would never be touched and built over and left in its beautiful state. And I think that he has like a property over there as well, somewhere in the distance. I can't recall which one, but nonetheless, it's a gorgeous little scenic walk through Caramel by the sea. All right, guys, we made it. Let's check it out. Couple tents out on the beach. Point Lobos out in the distance. Feels so good to get out of the rain, and it'd be nice weather the last 2 days. It's also a good feeling to have rested, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The day after the 0 day is always the day that feels like I'm so exhausted and I'm like tired, but we're just gonna keep pushing and see if we can't make our way all the way to Monterey and pull up on one of my homies that I grew up with, invited me to come crash, and it's on the way, so let's do it. All right, guys, this is as good a spot as any to take a little break, soak up the views on this beautiful clear day. And there's also a little hidden surprise here. If you're ever in Caramel by the Sea, come check out this bench and you'll find this mailbox. And inside of it are journals with pens and little stuff like that. You can write a message. Wow, guys, there's so many of these amazing books filled with journal entries of people that have sat at this exact bench. If you're able to, come down here, check them out. These are available for anyone to read. You can share whatever thoughts you'd like. And there's a lot of interesting stories in here. A lot of people come here for a lot of different reasons, but this bench And this notebook setup is something really cool that brings everyone together. And so I got to leave a nice note in here somewhere. And that if you're in the area, if you want to see what I wrote, just come and check it out in this book, Carmel by the Sea. Spot. It's an absolute banger of a day in Carmel by the Sea. Holy. We are about to pass some really, really expensive real estate, guys. This is like cream of the crop real estate, guys. These houses are on average like $10 million. Look how big that is. The natural stone. There's the stone right there. This is all original. This house right here, it's kind of hard to tell, but they designed it in the shape of a boat. The guy who built it for his wife, and it's supposed to resemble a boat like anchored into the water. And you could tell much better from the other side seeing it, but nonetheless pretty cool. Absolutely gorgeous day. The water is ice blue, super clear. Waves are rolling in. The beach looks like there's a good amount of people on it. It's almost the weekend, guys. Another cool feature about these is that these were originally Japanese buoys that were placed in this bowl, all original from back in the day, and people were stealing them. And so when the new owners bought the house, they actually had that handmade to be like identical to the original buoys that were getting stolen, and that way it keeps its natural look. You get another shot of it from further away so you can see it. All right, guys, this house is really special because you can see the stacks of bricks and how they're all just loosely out. So they wanted to renovate this house with one condition. They have to put the rocks back the exact way that they were before the renovation. Wild. So they had to individually number these rocks, and they're placing them back strategically in the same pattern that they were in originally. Carmel by the Sea. All right, we're gonna see if we're allowed to go into this Pebble Beach 17-mile tour. What's up, buddy? What's up? Little chunky boy. We made it to the harbor, the old Fisherman's Wharf harbor. All right, we're coming up to like the end of this dock. It's been an absolute banger of a walk, guys. I was so tired, just so like unmotivated after chilling all day. I'm telling you, the 0 day is really, really like, I struggle with a 0 day. I do a 0 day and it's like, I don't want to keep going, but I know I have to and I want to. But I still have to kind of go through a little pushing myself phase. But I've just been answering questions on Instagram for a little while now. Oh, look at this. Look at these guys. Oh my gosh. Pulled up on some seals chilling. Some of them just swam away. There's a bunch of them underneath. Look at this guy. He's just kind of floating around. He's like, chilling. Hey! What are you doing?